All set, Heather?
Almost. The bar is loading. All right, the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you. Welcome to the January 2026 Zoning Board of Appeals meeting. We will start off tonight's meeting with the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice. Okay, a couple housekeeping items for this evening. In the event of emergency, we have the exits, the two doors out of this room to your left. You may exit the building out the front of the building or likely the doors you came in on the other side. A little quick summary of tonight's procedure. We will call the applicants in the order on the agenda. We will ask the applicant to come up and stand before the board, add things to their application, and then the board will ask questions. We will then hold a vote and determine on the variance. We will also allow comments from the audience, both virtually and those that are present. And depending on what the variance is approved or denied, you will receive a letter from the town in a couple of days. And if you are approved, you will follow up with the building office. And now I'd like to do roll call of the board. Aaron Lehman, myself, chairman, present. Timothy Harrington.
Present.
John Miglerini is absent. Christian
Here.
Kimberlin. Heather Robinson.
Here.
Robert Peckham.
Here.
Sarah Stevens.
Here.
May I ask for a motion to approve the December 2025 meeting minutes?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, with regard to the meeting minutes for December 3rd, 2025, I move to approve.
A second.
Good. Second by Christian. Thank you. And meeting minutes for December are approved. Oh, sorry. All those in favor of approving the December 2025 meeting minutes?
Aye.
I
Aye.
All those opposed?
will abstain. I was not here.
And abstain. Aye. All right. Will the applicant of 2025-101 please come? For 42 Campfire Road South.
Good evening.
Good evening.
My name
Please
is
state your address.
sure, it's Manny Marcano, 46 Lion Creek Circle.
Thank you.
Welcome.
So would you like to highlight for us the reason for the request of a front porch?
I'm just Derry Alamo's neighbor, and I fully support the variance. It's very minor and no inconvenience at all to anybody, that, in my opinion.
Okay, so you're not the applicant.
I'm not the applicant. He's out of town, so I'm just standing up for him.
Did the applicant sign a form for you to represent him?
He did.
Okay.
Yep, perfect.
Okay, great. Where's the form?
Right here.
Do you know about the intent to build a deck in the back of the house as well? Because the drawing says proposed.
So I'm just briefed on the frontage, the
Okay.
front porch.
Okay. So can you look?
Sorry, one second. What is your name again?
Manny Marcano.
Because actually it says here that the letter we have says that John Devitt is to represent him.
He was he had to bail out the last minute, so I'm Jerry asked me to be here.
I have an updated letter. I just didn't drop it in the folders. He is all set.
Okay,
Okay,
Okay.
thank
all right.
you.
No problem.
Thanks for checking.
Okay, no problem.
Do you know why he would like a wider porch in the front?
Just to get to his drive, from his front door to the garage. So it's much better access.
Okay, and there's, I think in here, so there's gonna be like a 10 to 11 inch, so there's gonna be no railings, correct?
That's correct.
Okay,
Just for your background, these are the old Indian Hills houses. And
yes.
they've got the slate walkways,
Mhm.
and they're treacherous these days because they've moved a lot. So
Yep.
he's trying to eliminate that safety hazard.
Okay. Does he plan to sit out there and, or just?
We may have a cigar now and then, but I don't plan to.
Access to the house.
Correct.
Okay.
How did they come to the size that they decided on 16 by 5?
I don't know how he did that, but that's just the length from the door to the garage, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, and the application says that there's an existing cement pad, but this is larger than, that's
Correct.
the
So
reason
it's
why.
the existing pad from 64 or whenever it was. So he's just going from left to right. But it
Mhm.
doesn't extend out to the street any further than it does now.
Okay, no further questions.
It looks like the deck is elevated. Will there be steps leading up to the deck?
I believe no,
Okay,
yeah, because it's not high enough.
okay.
And are you looking at the front of the house? Are you the house to the left or the house to the right rather,
I'm actually behind him.
behind him? It appeared to me that this house might have a slightly less of a setback, might be set a little bit closer to the road than the house next door. And that might, that may account for
Why there?
why it actually encroaches a little bit more.
Yeah, so
into
just
setback.
correct. So whenever it was built, it was approved then, right? 100 years ago. He's not moving towards the road at all. So that setback is exactly the same for the
Mhm.
entire length of the porch.
Okay.
Mhm. Do you know if the width, the 5 feet is the same as the existing?
For the 5 feet from the house, yes, 5 feet 3. Yeah, that's exactly the same. So it's
Okay,
matching the existing little square
Okay.
pad and just
Mhm.
going to the right.
perfect. Thank you.
Any further questions from the board?
No.
No.
Heather, any comments online?
Yeah, I do have one.
No residents online.
The code that we're asking to adjust is that he's looking for an offset, but he's saying it's not any closer to the road.
The code is to the front wall of the house. The front stoops were not looked at for
Right.
front setback, so right now I believe he has a concrete. stoop.
Right, the pavers,
So now he's putting the
So it's
wood,
not closer than the.
right, you didn't need a
Going-
setback for the pavers.
for the wood structure closer to the road. That's allowed.
Thank you. Sorry.
Mhm.
It's all right.
Any comments from those present? Okay, and with that, we will close the application.
Mr. Chairman, with regard to application ZBA 2025-101 for area variance, I move to approve as follows. Whereas the zoning board has duly advertised and held a public hearing, has considered all relevant information, and has considered the potential benefit to the applicant versus the potential detriment to the neighborhood or community in relation to such variance. Now, therefore, be it resolved, the zoning board of appeals makes the following findings of fact. The variance will not result in an undesirable change to the character of the neighborhood or a detriment to nearby properties, as there are several properties on the street with similar front porches. The variance cannot be achieved by some other feasible alternative. Part of the objective is to provide a safe surface for walking from the driveway to the front door. The variance requested is not substantial because it is not an overly large front porch and is common in this neighborhood. The variance will not have a negative effect on physical or environmental conditions. It is a typical porch size and will cover an existing concrete pad. The difficulty related to the variance was not self-created, as part of the objective is to cover an unsafe existing cement pad. And be it further resolved that based upon the above findings, the zoning board of appeals hereby approve the variance as presented.
I'll second.
Heather, second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And with that, the application is approved.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Good evening.
With the applicant for 2025102, Jarvie Associates, please come forward.
Good evening.
Welcome.
My name's Stephen Vasile, representing Jarvie Associates and Comparian Insurance for an additional sign at 1200 Jefferson Road.
And Heather, do we have somebody online for this one as well?
Yeah, I'm online. Brian Riley. 585 signs. We're gonna be handling the installation of it.
Thank you. Okay, so I did speak with your sign representative earlier today. You would like to add a sign for a business on a building, a multi-tenant building. Is there anything that you would like to add to the application?
There's actually two signs. There's one that's facing Jefferson and then one that's facing the side road.
Mhm.
Just making sure that's laid in there.
The variance is actually for the side of the building facing Ridgeline Drive.
Mhm.
That's part of the reason we really feel the sign's necessary. Access to Jefferson Road is just from Ridgeline Drive. So typically, by the time any traffic passes the intersection, it's very difficult to take a look immediately to either the left or right as you're going through that intersection. Allow exposure for customers to come into the building.
It looks like, oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Just want to make something clear. Originally I applied for a permit. Chris at the office there was under the impression that one sign was going to be okay, but we needed a variance for the second. After he dug deeper into it, it seems that any sign that's going on in this building requires a variance. So nothing's been approved, so we are asking for both signs that through the variance process. Apparently, any signage added needs a variance. So
there is some discrepancy on the image showing the locations of the sign for the Robert Wesleyan and the Comparing Insurance Company.
Page 5.
Can you elaborate on why there's a discrepancy in that image with the corner versus the one, the larger image?
The inset shows the full Roberts Wesleyan College. The larger is just Roberts Wesleyan.
actually show just Roberts Wesleyan on both sides.
Just to be clear, they're not doing anything around this question.
Right.
That is correct.
Right, but in my perspective, it relates to the aesthetic of it because they both look off center. It's different though if Roberts Wesleyan College in full is existing. It's the screen that's shown on our monitor right now.
Oh, I'm sorry. When you were saying college, I thought you were telling me that it says Roberts Wesleyan College, just reads Roberts Wesleyan, correct?
No, on the top right of the existing page, the little inset photo shows 3 words.
Can you expand that photo that's on screen?
I can only see the building. I don't see that smaller image. It's kind of cut off. In the top right.
Heather, can you hear us?
Oh yeah, I see that.
There it is.
There you go.
So what's the actually look like?
College is no longer on the building. Roberts Wesleyan is now a university, and they do not intend on asking to have the university put on the building.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, it must have been an older image that they Stratus put this package together. They probably grabbed an old image off of like Google Maps.
So then why isn't Comparian Insurance Agency centered? Why is it slightly to the right?
That's actually going to be centered in that opening between the columns there.
Like Wesleyan?
No, so I'm assuming that when Roberts Wesleyan originally went up and it had college attached to that, they probably centered it on the entire building.
Yes, that's what it looks like based on the inset.
Yep, and then they removed college because, like
Yeah.
Steve was saying, it's a university now. So I don't have an answer as to why that's,
Yeah,
justified. It looks like for the removal of college, that's why it's left justified now versus how the original was. So Comparion, when they imposed their imaging, took that centered on the windows there to make it look, the best, honestly.
I have a question. How many tenants are in this building? And do we know how many vacant tenants are there? Because it's a multi-tenant building.
The building is fully occupied currently. There's 9, 10 tenants.
9 tenants. What company was there previously that occupied the insurance space?
Roberts Wesleyan had the entire ground
Oh, okay.
floor. And actually before Comparian came to us, there was a chance they were going to be leaving. It just happened to overlap that Roberts was able to stay by us downsizing their space.
Okay. So you divided
So,
the space. Okay.
So Comparian is on the ground floor of the building?
yes,
Was there, I know that they're on the ground floor, but was there thought of putting Comparian signs both at the same level on both the front and the side? So it kind of be
it
consistent a bit? more?
doesn't give any, we've got quite a few trees around the building. And
Well, I understand not lowering it. I'm talking about putting the front sign up higher with the other one. They're both in the same, I know that was discussed to have it. Like having it above the Roberts Wesleyan sign on both sides.
Okay. I think they went with the first floor because right where that sign is located, on the first floor, their front entrance is, they have a doorway that you don't have to walk through where you see like the large glass doors and a door. They have their own entrance that's just to the right of that sign. So
Okay,
I'm assuming that's why they wanted to put that there. And I think originally they had wanted to put it on the first floor, but with, like Steven was saying, with the trees blocking out the view, it's completely hidden on the side set.
right. Okay, so it's kind of, okay, that makes sense. Okay.
I have a question. You said there's 9 tenants there. I only see information for 3 if we approve all of these. Is there anticipation there's gonna be?
no, we're limiting the building out. We're within the square footage of the overall signage allowance for the building. And with that, we would not be asking, don't forever see asking for a variance for another tenant. I think the signage will be balanced out at this point, meaning just aesthetically be balanced on the building and not going to be offering any additional signage unless a tenant leaves and they want to go and take the place of an existing sign.
So that's not additional, it's just a replacement or something else.
Yes.
Okay, so your stance is that this signage is the maximum we should expect to see from this building?
There is an additional application in currently that doesn't require a variance over the right. You're facing the building for Clark Cancer Center that is replacing an existing sign that New York Chiropractic College used to have on the building.
But again, it's a replacement, not an addition.
Correct.
Thank
Okay. Thank you.
Any further questions from the board?
I just want to say I'm of the opinion that the existing justification on the photo does not look aesthetically pleasing. I think it'd be more logical to center it to the existing Roberts Wesleyan so that it looked intentional. And then I just wanted to say that. And the other thing is, if I understand this right, no new signs are allowed. Will we be seeing another application for the first Comparian Insurance?
This is supposed to be for both the front and the side set.
There was other signage on the building prior to this, other tenants, so there's multiple approved signs. We're not. Each tenant is allowed one sign, so right.
Oh, okay.
This is compared
Okay,
two signs.
The tenant.
got it.
I think I share Tim. I'll get it, thank you. Tim's concern just with the alignment of the signs. I think if we were looking at this with all new signage on that facade, we would say, hey, center everything on the building. Since Roberts Wesleyan is existing, I wouldn't want to have to relocate that, but because of that, I do think it would be better if Comparian Insurance Agency sign was centered on the existing Roberts Wesleyan. And given that there aren't any additional sign applications expected, then it would be a one and done. We wouldn't have to consider it for future. I just think that would look better overall. But other than that, I don't have a concern with, them having a sign. I agree with the visibility, and by the time you would see Comparian on the front facade of the building, if you were heading east, you'd miss it. So I understand the need for a sign on this facade, but I do think it looks a little wonky.
I think they were trying to keep it as far to the front of the building as possible for visibility, just because it is tucked down that side street a little bit.
Hmm.
I guess it's unfortunate that college was removed.
I don't agree with the comments from Tim and Sarah personally, because I think at some point in time, hopefully not soon for the building owners situation, but Roberts Wesleyan will not be a permanent situation there, potentially. And someday, when that changes, I'm sure they will not center it or left justify it. I think it's the way they put it. I think it's a temporary situation. It might be temporary for 5 years or something, but I think it's a temporary situation.
I have a question, not for you, unfortunately. So I guess it's a multi-tenant and you can have one sign per tenant. So they could have another tenant come in and still put another sign in as long as they're within the overall square footage of the building.
We're maxing out at the square footage right now.
Yeah, right now,
We need variance for additional square footage. If
Hmm.
another tenants.
So we get to rehear it.
alright,
Any further questions from the board?
no.
Any questions from online, Heather?
Nobody still.
Okay, any questions from the audience? Okay, quick straw poll. Everybody okay with the application as is?
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
Okay. With that, we will close the application 2025-102. I will read my resolution. With regard to application number ZBA 2025-102 for area variance, I move to approve as follows. Whereas the zoning board has duly advertised and held a public hearing, has considered all relevant information, has considered the potential benefit to the applicant versus the potential detriment to the neighborhood or community in relation to such variance. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the zoning board of appeals makes the following findings of fact. The variance will not result in an undesirable change to the character of the neighborhood or detriment to the nearby properties. The proposed sign will not alter the character of the neighborhood, as similar signage already exists on the building and the sign is in keeping with the area's established commercial character. The variance cannot be achieved by some other feasible alternative. No feasible alternative exists because the applicant will operate within a multi-tenant building and requires signage to adequately identify the business location for both employees and clients. The variance requested is substantial. Although the number of signs is substantial, the size and quantity of the signage are in scale with the building and are necessary to adequately identify the occupant among multiple tenants. The variance will not have a negative effect on physical or environmental conditions. No adverse environmental or physical effects are anticipated at this time. The difficulty relating to the variance was self-created. Although the variance was self-created, it has not been found to adversely affect the community as supported by the findings of fact. And be it further resolved, based on the above findings, the zoning board of appeals hereby approve the variance as presented.
I'll second.
And second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The motion passes and the variance passes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good evening.
Would the applicant for application 2025-103 please come forward for Dunk and Bright Furniture?
So 103, 104, 105.
Yes, also, yeah,
106.
106.
Hello, everyone. I'm Joe Bright. I'm the owner of Duncan Bright Furniture. We're a Syracuse-based family business.
Please state your name and address for the record.
Yep, Joe Bright. And the address of our business is 2648 South Salina Street, Syracuse, New York. We're opening a store at 3333 West Henrietta Road in Southtown Plaza.
Thank you.
Tell us a little bit, we have an application here, but tell us a little bit about what you're doing, and explain to us why you're, asking for these variances.
Sure. So we bought the former Burlington Coat Factory at Southtown Plaza. We were able to purchase it. We subdivided a parcel out. It includes the pylon sign, which is the majority of the variances. And you know, I think I've said it in some interviews and whatnot, but we bought it because we want to do our own maintenance on the property. We plan to fix the property up, make it look nice, which we do with all our other stores. And I understand half the plaza is vacant, but we love East Jefferson Road, West Henrietta Road, all that traffic. And that sign is going to help us bring in customers to our business, especially being new to a market. People don't know us like they do in Syracuse, and that pylon sign, it's big. It's a way to let people know we're here and that we're offering furniture and mattresses for sale.
What's your plan of what you're gonna do with the big pile outside? Please explain that.
Yes, so we will print it, make any repairs necessary. We've already printed fabricated pieces for repairs and damages. We plan to light it up. It's not currently lit. We plan to put our logo and channel letters up on the pylon sign above LED signboards and do that on all three sides of the sign.
So just out of curiosity, Heather, is it possible to put up the signs on, I'm sorry, the paperwork on page, where's the page?
14.
No.
Can I
Oh,
ask you a
sorry.
quick question?
Of course, yep.
I guess.
15.
If you don't like the sign and have to do additional work to get it up to your standards, how come you guys didn't redo the sign? Or tear it down and put a new sign up?
Well, I think it's structurally sound and it's a great sign. The location is fantastic, and
Okay,
I think we can rehab it pretty well with a
okay.
fresh coat of paint.
I know rehabbing it, like putting electrical in it might not.
Oh, it has working electrical.
Oh.
We did verify that. There's some metal pieces that need to be repaired, which we'll do.
Okay, oh, I didn't know it had
Yeah,
electric.
yeah.
Okay,
When you look at this picture, which is on your application, the
Yes.
sign itself, what is gonna be the LED component? Is it the blue box underneath or is it the something else?
Nope, it's not the blue box. It's the picture of furniture that's below the word furniture.
The word furniture.
Yep.
So it's a big, very wide relative to height.
Correct.
Yeah, I just want to
Yep.
be sure where I was hitting.
Yep.
I wanted to clear on the bottom.
Hmm.
Now you have a variance here that also discusses trying to change that signage every, display every 15 seconds, which is absolutely dramatically different than our expectation. So please explain that.
Mhm.
Yep, absolutely. So we do have two LED signs, two stores in Syracuse, and I know towns have different codes and whatnot, but we change those every 8 seconds, which is a lot of counties around New York State and towns. That's pretty standard for it not distracting drivers as they're driving. So, yeah, I understand the code here is to change it once an hour. So, in meeting with the town personnel, they said, maybe don't ask for every 8 seconds, ask for something a little bit longer than that. So I asked for every 15 seconds.
So for sake of just saying this, I'm all for the signage itself. I think it's gonna look wonderful.
Thank you.
Thrilled that you're making the investment in our community and in a mall that has had some, issues over the past couple of years. Which was, I remember it very vibrant, but it's changed over the years. And it's exciting to see that you're putting that effort into it. So thank you for that.
Well, thanks for saying that. We're excited to come to Henrietta.
Excellent. That said, I'll also be a little bit of a Scrooge here. I'm not a fan at all of the changing lights.
Mhm.
To me, I equate it very much to like the Vegas feel or something that's sort of changing. I know that's not your intent, but I go to Vegas, they have signs that change every handful of seconds, and I think it's a big distraction personally. So for me,
Mhm.
and we'll see what the rest of the board says, but I'm very opposed to that piece of this.
Mhm.
And
Okay.
so I'm not in favor of that component.
Mhm.
I'd love some feedback from other members, audience obviously as well. But everything else I see is very positive. I'm, like, as I said a minute ago, I'm thrilled that you're doing this. We're very happy to have you.
Mhm.
And the only thing that I personally disagree with, and again, we'll see if the board matches, is that last component. I'm vehemently against that.
I would agree with that, that speed. I do have one question about the LED component. Is that to remain on 24/7 or will that shut down at night at some point?
It would be on 24/7.
Okay.
Yep.
That's it for me. Other questions from the board?
I kind of want to echo a little bit about what Rob was saying, basically that I'm very happy that you're coming to Henrietta. I wish you all the success, and we're definitely for sure, definitely about that. And your signage, I mean, I like your the sign on the building and overall the sign on the pylon. I'm having an issue though with the LED sign, particularly the amount of time it changes. I know that, every 8 seconds for your store in Syracuse. Actually, I went on to Google Earth and I was able to find that sign you referenced.
Yep.
And I took us a few screenshots of it to look at and see what you
Sure.
have on that sign.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing it would probably be similar to what you wanted to put on this LED sign as
Yeah,
far as.
yeah, it's current sale, talk
Like
about what we're
financing.
offering. Yeah, exactly.
Things like that. Okay,
Yep.
so it'd be a pretty good scroll through, like yours does there.
Yep.
I know, but I understand you want to advertise and you want to get the message out and want people to see, and I get that, at the same time, the fact you want it on 24/7 and that it's going to be scrolling, is it going to be flashing at all, or is it going to be just not, I mean, not flashing like neon, but is it going to be like, 40% off or is it going to be animated, or is it just going to be a sign that's going to just change every.
It's not going to flash. It shows static graphics. And I learned a lot about LED signboards. I mean, when we think of Vegas, they're running video boards that show videos, so it's animated shorts or whatever. The reason for changing every 8 seconds per se, maybe every 15 seconds, is people are stopped at that intersection. It's a chance to show them multiple messages about different products that you offer. It's not to, make it feel like Vegas, make it feel tacky. It's just somebody sitting at a red light, they've got a chance to see 3 different messages, and maybe they're not interested in dining rooms, they're interested in bedrooms. So you get 2 graphics up there, 3 graphics up there while they're at a red light. That's the reason for it. It's not intended to be tacky, and we're not that kind of furniture store, and we don't want to look tacky at all.
One of our tasks is that we objectify giving the smallest variance possible. And that leaves room for getting less than what you're asking for. We can't give you more, obviously, and I don't think that would happen, judging the board's feeling on this. Right. And you would have to re-advertise for that. But given it seems like the board is not okay with that, it doesn't seem like that 15 seconds will be approved. Would you be willing to accept a less frequent time change than the 15 seconds?
Yes, we're open to compromising on that. If that's the only, if the signage otherwise and the other variances would be approved and it would just be compromising on that, that would mean I could get the signage ordered and installed in time for grand opening. I would be willing to compromise on that. And if there's an amount that you guys feel like would be acceptable, even if I'm not hitting, showing multiple messages to each, time somebody's at a red light. People drive that intersection all the time. And the more frequent you change it, the more messages they will see if they're commuting to work every time. So I guess the more frequent, the better, but I'm open to compromising and having it be, of course, less frequent than every 15 seconds.
One of the other things that is a concern to me, and I heard you say the car safety component.
Yep.
And even listening to you say this, and compromise is something we should definitely talk about, but even listening to you say this, it's, hey, to get a chance to look at 3 or 4 pages, whatever the right word is, while they're at the light. To me, that's the concern. That's actually the concern. As there's a tacky side, which I believe you can make it Vegas.
Yeah.
But it's not only a fact that it changes and it's a visual, flashing, changing, whatever that is. But it's also the fact that now they're not focused on the intersection. Now they're not focused on some of the other things. So to me, that's a concern. People don't always look at it the way I do. I ride motorcycles, and I have enough trouble with people on their cell phones. I have enough troubles with people on other things as well. That anything that takes my focus away from the road or the situation around you, especially at an intersection, to me is extremely detrimental. This is a part of why I'm opposed to it, not because of you guys as a company. I believe the class of it. I don't know. But this is my concern. It is truly a safety concern in my eyes and secondary component.
Is it possible that, to kind of get around it a little bit, so there's going to be 3 LED signs?
Correct. Yeah.
Is it possible you can have it changed less often, but say each sign has a different message on it. So, but it rotates kind of thing, so it'll be off center so that one moves and the next one will, that way it won't be,
Changes once an hour, but it's 3 messages or whatever interval, but it's
well,
3 messages.
yeah, or whatever, but it won't change, but it'll still be, you can still put up multiple messages. Just it won't be on the same side. It'll be offset by that
To
120
be honest, I'm
degrees.
not sure. The LED signs that we have plan to use the same software, and I don't have a 3-sided sign, so I've never had to try to do that with our software. It's a pretty unique sign. I think that's why it stands out to people. And like I said, I'm open to compromise. It could be less frequent than every 15 seconds. I'm hoping it can be somewhere in between 15 seconds and an hour if the board would be open to that. Like I said, I'm not going to be sending multiple messages each red light, but people commute to Starbucks to their job. They're going to drive past it 5 times, 10 times in a week. If they see 3 different messages, it's a better chance for us to be successful.
Mhm.
Should we table this and
Well-
discuss?
The other thing,
I have a question before
Yeah.
we table. I want to ask one more
Yep.
question.
Yeah.
We already mentioned about having the LED on, you said 24/7.
Yep.
Is there a way you can just have it open or on during business hours instead, or have it shut off at like say 9 o'clock at night till
Yeah.
6 in the morning or something, whatever it is. So it's not on 24/7 when there's usually not many people around that time of night anyway.
We do want it on 24/7. I mean, it's the same in my mind. Turning it off, then you lose what you would get with a static sign that's backlit.
Did you mean turning off the sign or turning off the refresh?
Just the LED or not the sign itself.
I don't
I
think-
mean, if the Dunkin' break could be on, but I'm talking about just the LED portion turning off at night.
I'm hoping we can consider leaving it on throughout the night. It's not a residential area. I don't think it's infringing on people's light pollution. And we have our LED. I know I don't want to say we do this in Syracuse, but we have them on throughout the night, and there are drivers. We don't want to miss that opportunity.
it's not residential. I'm not opposed to, I'm just giving my 2 cents.
Right.
I'm not opposed to being on all the time. I'm more opposed to that change
Mhm.
at the pace that we're discussing right now.
Mhm.
For me, and again, I'm one out of the 6 or 7 overall.
Mhm.
For me, the other thing that I think there is a compromise somewhere.
Mhm.
It's definitely, in my opinion, it's definitely more than a minute,
Mhm.
and less than an hour is fine. We have to pay attention to what percent else I had right there too. It's gone. Wait a minute.
Any other comments or questions from the board for the applicant?
Yeah, I just want to add my 2 cents. I think the 1 hour is appropriate. I think most signs are static. They don't change at all. I think adding LED makes a lot of sense, and the ability to change every hour means that if you're commuting, you could potentially see 2 different messages in a single day if you're going back and forth. I think it's a distraction from driving, right? Because if you're driving, you see a change, your eye's going to be drawn, hoping to see another change. And then at night, I think it's even worse because it'll stand out even more if you see the change and your eye would be drawn to it. And I think that's a danger.
Yeah, and it looks like you're not changing the parking lot configuration, is that correct?
Correct, but we will fill the potholes in the parking lot that we own.
Yeah.
Parking lot configuration.
Well, it's from living here and growing up here, it's just that the one way, it's very confusing, especially if you're a new driver.
Yep.
To the area, and that's exactly where the sign is also. So you have like the
Yeah, you can only drive.
yeah, well, you have the traffic from, at the stoplight there on West Henrietta Road, Jefferson Road, and then you have the internal traffic as well on the site.
Yep.
So I agree. I think 15 seconds is way too much.
And I'm, like I said, I'm open to compromise on it. And I mean, I know it, especially in a town where there's not a lot of LED signs. It's new, but I can tell you with LED highway billboards or current LED signs, there's not more accidents because of the LED signs. It's having the sign change is not causing drivers to get distracted, have more accidents.
Could you describe again a little bit more exactly what the LED sign messaging is going to be? I mean, we have a picture here showing a room scene.
Yeah.
That is that what, and my reason for asking that is because, you know, if somebody flashes that in, you know, it's up on a sign. I'm looking at the details. If you're talking about 30% off, you know, words, there's a different feel. So I'm just curious as to what this sign is going to show.
Yeah, we usually
Could you do me a favor? I sent some screenshots of the sign they have in Syracuse. Is it possible you could put them on the board? So Sarah, I guess she don't have her email, so I didn't send it to her.
yeah, so we can even see examples and I can just talk through that while
I don't know
they're.
if you can put that up or not.
Yep. So we usually show three different graphics. One is the general sale graphic, Memorial Day sale, holiday sale, Labor Day sale. And it has might have a screenshot of furniture and say Labor Day sale going on now. Second one is usually a mattress graphic. You know, we sell mattresses. It's not usually on our signage. There you go. So there's a mattress graphic, and that's our LED signboard. So our logo at the top, it's on a downtown street. And then, and then a third graphic, a third of our customers use no interest financing. So we put a financing graphic on there.
Any further questions from the board?
Kevin, this might not be fair, but do you know the logic or the spirit behind the board's code decision to make it an hour, full 60 minutes?
It's been that way since I've been here 16 years. Prior to that, I suppose we could look at town board resolution back in the day when it was changed, to see if there's any commentary on it, but I really don't. I would assume it's the distraction.
Well, it also feel, I mean,
Yeah, overall feel of the town.
Do we want to talk a proposed alternate interval?
Well,
Yeah,
Or do you need
so
to-
I have a question. Do we know, I think we approved Salvatore's for their LED sign. Do we know how often they change? I think it's, or is it?
The sport has never gone beyond once an hour.
Yeah.
So that-
Yeah, as I say, I haven't seen anything more than once an hour.
Sarah, is there a time that you would accept under an hour?
I mean, personally, and having sat, you know, on lights and experienced is this light ever going to change and counted seconds? I can understand once an hour being, you know, for the purpose of advertising, potentially being seen as lengthy. I do think 15 seconds is awfully quick. You know, it's hard. I'm struggling to figure out what the right timing is.
Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Take an hour. I can understand the request for a variance of an hour for an LED sign. They are, we see them all the time now. You do look at them, but I think it would be different if we were talking, you know, a continuous stream of traffic. We are talking about an intersection where people are sitting at lights for extended periods of time. So I don't think it needs to be held to a full hour. I'm open to a variance, but I think I think 15 seconds is definitely excessive.
Okay. Sorry, Heather, do you have a time that you would accept under an hour for the change?
No.
Jim?
I don't think it's fair to pull an arbitrary number out. I think if we're going to propose, it needs to have logic. Do we have any sense of how long the light lasts on Jefferson Road in front of the mall?
I have no clue as to how it would be. The negative was changed.
Okay,
a minute.
a minute, or
Maybe-
2 minutes, maybe? Not 2 minutes? Okay,
Yeah.
so then in my mind, the logic would be, I don't think it's fair to change while a single driver is watching. So if the approach lets a driver see it for 30 seconds, and then it's a maximum of a minute at the light, and then 30 seconds leaving the light, there's 2 minutes. So if it's 2 minutes or greater, I think it's not going to distract somebody who's sitting there who wants to pay attention to the sign that's changed.
Mhm.
So the whole reason they want to change it so often is so that people do see more than one.
Right, but that's
So
what
that's
we're
something, but
opposed.
that's more than 30 seconds. It's a moot point anyway,
No,
because whether it be 30 seconds or 5 minutes, it doesn't matter. The driver's moved on.
no, not necessarily. They said people coming back and forth also.
Well, yeah, you
So-
can come back and you can
So would it be
come back and see
fair
the same
that,
sign.
to say that perhaps on that particular application alone, that in order to consider a variance for under an hour, we would need more information. Need some documentation as to the rotational frequency of the lights so that we could apply some logic to a variance for that?
If I may,
I
I
mean-
mean, if we think that no 2 minutes is going to make it, so we only show one graphic to any motorist, I would compromise to 2 minutes and be happy, and then if that would please the board, we would accept it. And
Bob, how do you feel about the timing?
I'm again, I'm gonna be Scrooge. I still think an hour is appropriate because it is our standard response and it sticks within the character of what we're doing. And every day, if somebody's driving by, they have the chances, if they're going back and forth for work, they have the chance to see at least two signs every day.
Mhm.
It could be more if they're driving around town. I understand their need and their desire. I just feel that, in my opinion, I don't want to change the variance to less than an hour. I've stood my ground on other ones as well. I understand both sides, but in my opinion, this should be the variance.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So going off of your other stores, you have the 15 seconds. How many,
8 seconds.
like 8 seconds, how many signs do you actually like prepare in your package to like flip through? How many?
three, it's,
So you literally have three?
yep, three signs that
continuous-
rotate, and
Okay,
there's a light off the exit, and you see three of them. It's like a 30-second light. You see all three messages while you're standing still. And I mean, we also do LED billboards around the city and on the highway. We do 30 of them at one point in the year. They all change at 8 seconds. And it's not a safety. We don't have an excessive number of car crashes, those lights. And I would just ask the board, I mean, in that plaza, I guess what I'm asking is, we need all the marketing help we can get. We're new to the area. It's a vacant plaza. Trying to apply for variances so we have the best chance of being successful there. And the more we can change the sign, I know it will help. It doesn't need to be the 8 seconds that we do today in Syracuse. It doesn't need to be 15 seconds that we applied for, but something that's less than an hour will help our business.
If you have 3 signs that are in the rotation, how often do you change the 3 signs? I don't mean 8 seconds. I mean, how often do you change it? In a week, a month?
2 weeks, every 2 or 3 weeks, we change the signs.
Christian, how do you feel about will you stick to the hour or?
I guess I'm kind of a bah humbug myself as far as not the person's preferences, so past that, but yeah, I'm pretty much the same. I think that I don't want to change more than what we've already specified as far as the hour goes. I mean, there's 3 signs. They could put up all 3 of the signs, whatever they decide, and rotate them if they wanted to every hour. They could do, like, so there is a way to put up all 3 of their sign package. I mean, you change it, but whatever you have for that time period, you can definitely put all 3 in there. So I'm really thinking that 2 minutes, 5 minutes, like after, even though somebody may come back through a couple times, whatever, different times a day, when they're going to work or whatever, it's a moot point because you're not gonna, I still
That's
think it's.
The votes are the variance.
I didn't count.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna, with the exception of the changing of the sign on the other applications, does the board feel good about?
Yes.
Yes.
no,
Okay.
Mr. Chairman, may I just add that we are missing one member tonight? And I know Heather's gonna not like this, but whether we table the changing the sign.
The numbers don't matter. The one additional member wouldn't matter. Because I'm a no.
Okay.
Yep. Are there any further questions from anyone online?
Nobody.
Okay, anybody from the audience? Okay. With that, we will close applications 2025-103 through 106.
So, with regards to applications 2025-103 through 105, sorry.
Mhm.
For area variance, I move to approve as follows. Whereas the zoning board has duly advertised and held public hearing, has considered all relevant information, and has considered the potential benefit to the applicant versus the potential detriment to the neighborhood or community in relation to such variance. Now therefore be it resolved that the zoning board of appeals make the following findings of fact. The variances will not result in an undesirable change in character of the neighborhood or detriment to nearby property. These updates will be nice improvements in the visual of the aging plaza signage. The variances can be achieved by some other feasible alternatives. These changes can be achieved with more basic signs, but this is a viable solution and it will look quite nice. The variance requested is not substantial. These changes, the changes requested generally take the place of the existing signs and are not a substantial adjustment. And the variance will not have a negative effect on physical or environmental conditions. Since the changes to the environmental request is limited, it should not have any negative effect, and the difficulty related to the variance was not self-created. This change is appropriate for the facility and the updates. And be it further resolved that based upon the above findings, the zoning board of appeals hereby approve the variances as presented. Do you want to vote on that one, those ones first? Or
I need a, yeah, can I get a second?
But can you specify again which ones you're referring to, Bob?
103 through 105. Clear?
Everything.
Okay. Seconded by Sarah. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed?
Opposed.
And with that, the variance is approved. Now we will handle 2025-106.
With regard to applications 2025, ZBA 2025-106 for an area variance, I move to deny as follows. Whereas the zoning board has duly advertised and held a public hearing, has considered all relevant information, and has considered the potential benefit to the applicant versus the potential detriment to the neighborhood or community in relation to such variance. Now therefore be it resolved, the zoning board of appeals makes the following findings of fact. The variances will result in an undesirable change to the character of the neighborhood or detriment to nearby property. The requested change is not in character with Henrietta in general, and therefore is not in character with the neighborhood. And there's concern for the safety of motorists driving by. The variance can be achieved by some other feasible alternatives. We believe the change per hour is appropriate for the expectation of town, and 1 per hour is typically deemed adequate for other locations. The variance requested is substantial. The requested change of every 15 seconds is excessive change from the standard refresh rate expected from other similar signage in Henrietta. The variance will not have a negative, or I'm sorry, will have a negative effect on the physical or environmental condition. The changing light and signage does have the potential to cause traffic issues and be distracting. And the difficulty related to the variance was self-created. The request is from a desire to advertise on a large sign location. However, this is not the only option in the sign, with the sign, and we don't see it in the rest of the town. And be it further resolved that based upon the above findings, the zoning board of appeals hereby denies the variance as presented.
Second.
Seconded by Christian. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? And the variance is denied. So we have approved your first variances for all the sign, but you will have to only be allowed to change the sign per hour.
Okay, we're very excited to come here. Appreciate you guys considering us, and yeah, we'll see you soon. We'll be open May or early, late April. So
Looking forward to it.
Yep.
Good luck. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Sign, and I look forward to seeing the changes. I think the elevation looks real nice.
We will.
Okay. With the applicant for 2025-107, please come up.
Hello.
Carl Hirschman, 38 Bitternut Lane.
And so, reviewing your application, first I wanted to, you know, hope that everything's okay now with your house after the flooding.
Yeah, yeah, it's good. The basement is recovered. I put in waterproof vinyl flooring instead of carpet, so that was much better.
Right, this was the second time it happened since you bought the house?
Yeah, it happened in 2015. At that time, we had one drain at the bottom of the driveway right in front of the garage.
Mhm.
As you can see that. It wasn't quite as, so this is a redo. This has been redone, that drain. Also, halfway down the driveway, I've got another drain that was put in shortly after that. So that was probably in 2016, a 5-foot, really an industrial cut halfway the driveway and out the back. And both drains are open air, no restriction. They go, one goes back like 100 feet, another goes back like 80 feet. So when it's normal rain, the drainage is fine. It's just when it's these catastrophic downpour, flash flood situations, the storm sewers fill up, and the back area can also get to a point where my drains are underwater.
So you tried to mitigate it in 2015 and it still didn't help in
So
2025?
yeah, we put in, that was a big investment at that time to put in that halfway drain across a double wide driveway. And
Trench drain,
I had A&P Plumbing or something like that do it. And so they did a great job. It's a great drain, but we're in that area, we are low, so the water literally comes down the storm gutter along the side of the road, and then it just comes down. And when it's a flash
Down into it, yeah.
Yeah.
And I know that your neighbor, I read his letter saying that it happened at least once time before that.
Yeah.
Before you moved into the house.
Yeah, we didn't know that.
You didn't know about it? Okay.
No,
So,
no.
now basically, so is your intent to turn the existing garage into living space?
Yes.
It is, okay.
Or a basement, an unfinished basement.
Unfinished basement.
Yeah, we would just use it for storage.
So
It's a
storage.
raised ranch, they have no storage.
Right, yeah, I grew up in a raised ranch, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
So basically, and you're gonna grade it basically, and hopefully then it won't flood like it does before.
Yeah,
It's just that you're gonna, everything that is below, or I guess, well, you just changed the picture there, but you're gonna fill it
It'll
all
be at
in.
road level. So the new garage would be at road level. The driveway will be at road level. So there's, and it's the family room is 4 feet below grade.
Right.
And is that staying, the family room is staying?
Yeah.
And how is the family room and the storage area that is currently the garage that will become the storage area? How is that moving the garage, so cars and everything in the garage up, is higher, but the stuff that's already below grade, how is that protected?
So we'll fill it in. So
you're filling all of that in?
Yeah, we're gonna level the driveway. So the driveway footprint from the top will look the same, but it's gonna be level now, and
and you're saying because of that, the water won't be channeled down to that storage area any longer?
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Right, it won't be.
It's the garage itself and the driveway coming down into the garage, it being garage that floods there and therefore floods the rest of the lower level.
Yeah, in front of the garage door, 2.5 feet of water.
Yeah, so
I saw the picture.
So basically, everything in between the cement blocks will be filled.
Yeah.
Yeah. And will that stop? And then you close up the garage. Will that be enough to stop the water from egressing?
We have no other issues. In the back, the patio might get like an inch of water on it if it were to have that catastrophic kind of condition again. But we have no other issues with any water coming. It's a slab, right? So you do have a channel. We have a sump pump. And the sump pump can handle it when it's a continuous kind of, situation.
Not rise or down.
A flash flood.
Mhm.
With it being level like that, there would be no reason for water to collect. And it would just go around the house. It would just,
Mhm.
because the backyard it slopes down, it's low, it would just go to the back.
It currently looks like, so when you do fill it in, you're going to be filling in a significant amount of the driveway and the garage. It's a single car garage. Will you maintain the same width of the driveway, even though the garage will be smaller?
Yes.
Okay.
And also, is the driveway gonna go straight out to the road, or is it gonna kind of curve to kind of meet up where it exists now?
Straight.
It's gonna go straight, okay, because it looks like you don't have like curb cuts, you just have the gutter basically is kind of flat, so it
Yeah.
doesn't matter if it's moved. I guess.
So the
Yeah.
driveway, now
Yeah.
the left side of the driveway will be the same and it'll go to the house, but not into a garage. And then the right side of the driveway will go to the garage.
Right, it'll all be one piece, okay, it's just straight up, okay.
Yeah.
Just on one point on that, sure, that town code maximum driveway width, regardless of the size of the garage, is 24 feet. So if you're
Mhm.
approved, add on the garage,
Gotcha. Yeah.
the maximum width of the driveway can only be 24, so you may have to adjust.
We will
the
be
width.
demolishing.
Back
Yeah.
anyway, so.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
One more question, just really quick, I mean, when you build this additional garage, is it gonna, you try to match up the siding that you already currently have, or are you gonna side the whole house, or I don't know what your plans are.
Yeah, we would match it. It's not that old, and we've actually been in touch with the contractor that did it. And I think that material's still, I can still get this.
The siding and the roof too, or just, or,
It's a architectural shingle.
okay.
Yeah, nothing fancy.
Will there be a step in the roof down from your existing roof, or will they be level?
Yeah, there would be a step.
Okay.
That's the common way to do it. Just as far as sealing it,
Mhm.
right, avoiding water issues. Yeah.
You don't need any more water issues. You've paid your dues. Your drawings are excellent, by the way.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Very
do want to
helpful.
compliment you on your detail.
I have a question just regard to, roof line and height. That it's proposed, it looks like from the drawings, 12 feet to the bottom of the roof, where the roof starts. That,
Yeah.
are you proposing one level, it's open inside, are you proposing storage? And my only reason for asking is in terms of the overall mass, this being as close as it is to the property line with the need for the setback, that's a pretty substantial mass, right, very close to the property line, and I'm wondering if that overall height is needed.
I would like to, I'm trying to accommodate an 8-foot garage door. And so then needing a couple feet above that for the front. So yeah, I don't have a formal plan. I was just expecting to have some storage space in the peak, but there's not. Yeah, I don't have a formal plan.
Thank you, I'd answered the question, I appreciate it.
How's the relationship with the neighbor and what do they say about the plan?
Oh, Rob Patridge, and he provided a letter.
There's a letter in the bottom.
He was 100% on board. His distance is 14 feet to our lot line, our shared lot line. So there would still be a 19-foot separation between the two structures. He doesn't have any intent, at least while he owns the house, to put any structural addition on his house.
And there is a garage already built on that side that would face this garage. Have you, with the 14 feet, because you are here for the 5-foot request, does the 14 feet account for entry from within inside the house into the garage?
Yeah, in the back, we would have a stairway that would go up to the new slab from the existing garage, which would be the basement. So it's deep enough where we would be able to accommodate that.
Okay. I only ask because I don't want you to get in a position you have to come back and ask for more.
Right. No, I definitely no more width.
Okay.
And I don't know if there's the depth of it shouldn't be an issue.
Yeah, a typical car is, a typical parking spot is 9 by 18 in a parking lot. So,
Right.
any further questions from the board?
No further questions. No.
Okay. Any questions online, Heather?
Nothing.
Any from the audience? Okay. Everybody okay with this? Yes. With that, we will close the application.
Hey, Mr. Chairman, with regard to application ZBA 2025-107 for an area variance, I move to approve as follows. Whereas the zoning board has 1, duly advertised and held a public hearing, 2, has considered all relevant information, and 3, has considered the potential benefit of the applicant versus the potential detriment to the neighborhood or community in relation to such variances. Now, therefore, be resolved that the zoning board of appeals makes the following findings of fact. The variance will not result in undesirable change to the character of the neighborhood or a detriment to nearby properties. The driveway will be elevated to road level and maintain approximately the same width as it is currently. The variances cannot be achieved by some other feasible alternative. The variance is necessary to provide ample space for a functional garage. The variance requested is not substantial. The request is for a reduction from 8 feet to 5-foot setback distance from the side yard boundary. The 14-foot setback on the neighboring property will allow 19 feet total separation between the two houses. The variance will not have a negative effect on physical or environmental conditions. Moving the garage will mitigate a known issue, raise the value of the property, and improve aesthetics in comparison to the current configuration. And the difficulty relating to the variance was not self-created due to the inadequate drainage on the property and the current layout of the house. The applicant wishes to prevent future flooding of the lower level of their home. And be further resolved that based upon the above findings, the zoning board of appeals hereby approves the variance as presented.
Seconded by Bob. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? The variance passes.
Great. Thank you so much.
Have a good evening.
All right.
Okay, and for the final application this evening, 2025-108 through 113 for T-Mobile, please. Good evening.
I'm Zach with Rhodolite Elliott at 1 Grove Street, Suite 123 in Pittsford, New York.
Okay.
Can you provide some details on what you are here for in front of us today?
T-Mobile is requesting a variance for an additional building sign, as well as the additional information, the logo on directional signage.
Okay. Now, do you feel that you need the 2 signages on the building?
Yeah, T-Mobile does. It does grab the Clay Road traffic. The Jefferson Road sign is also kind of blocked by the 110 grill there.
Oh, yeah.
It's directly behind, the main portion of the car driving down Jefferson Road. But with both signs, you can catch the Clay Road sign coming on Jefferson Road. So that would go a long way to increasing the visibility, from both directions.
Okay. And the directional signs that you guys are coming in front of us is for the mobile pickup. Do you guys have mobile pickup at other locations?
As for T-Mobile, they probably do. I would have to assume they do at many locations nationwide.
Okay.
These sign packages are usually, consistent nationally. So I would have to assume so, yes. And I think as this board had mentioned earlier, several other businesses in the plaza have similar signs.
Okay. No further questions.
You have the classic T-Mobile sign itself. Does T-Mobile foresee the need to have additional signage for like a specific product, like wireless or something like that in the future?
Not on the building, no.
Okay.
I think there might be some windows there that they might put, temporary, advertisements in, but as far as, on the building, no, it would just be their branded signage.
Any further questions from the board? Sarah, Heather, you okay?
I'm okay. Yeah, I'm okay.
You good?
I'm good.
Okay. Any questions from anybody online?
Nothing.
Anybody from the audience?
Mike.
Awfully quiet this morning. And with that, I will close the application.
Yes. Mr. Chairman, with regard to application numbers ZBA 2025-108 to 113 for an area variances, I move to approve as follows. Whereas the zoning board has duly advertised and held a public hearing, has considered all relevant information, and has considered the potential benefit to the applicant versus the potential detriment to the neighborhood or community in relation to such variances. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the zoning board of appeals makes the following findings of fact. The variances will not result in an undesirable change to the character of the neighborhood or a detriment to nearby properties. Other stores in that plaza and adjacent plazas have directional signage at parking spaces similar to what the applicant is asking. The variances cannot be achieved by some other feasible alternative. There is no other feasible alternative to achieve what the applicant is asking to identify mobile pickup. Sign is needed so customers and employees can render services in a safe manner. The variances resulted is not substantial. The applicant is only asking for an additional 74.2 square feet of signage. The variance will not have a negative effect on physical or environmental conditions. The additional signage will not impact traffic and other environmental conditions. The difficulty relating to variances was self-created. However, the positives with approving this additional directional and square footage of signage outweighs the negatives, and it is needed for the services the company offers. And be it further resolved that based upon the above findings, the zoning board of appeals hereby approve the variances as presented.
I'll second that.
Second, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed? And variance is passed.
Thank you, board.
Good evening.
Thank you.
Have a good evening.
And
Close the meeting.
yeah, and with that, we will adjourn the meeting at 8:13.
Can't see that.
No.
Okay.
Got my